But anyway, so welcome to our February open mic for Sacred Voices. Second month of the 2020 year. It feels like 5 years already. Jesus. But anyway, so we got some dope features for you tonight. We got technically three people on the open mic list. If anyone else feels moved or wants to share something, improvise, freestyle, this, that, the fourth, feel free to contact me. I'll be right there. And y'all can not miss the headband Hogwarts thing that I'm going with. So, couple housekeeping things real quick before I forget. If we could get the homie Kat up here to explain what we're gonna do tomorrow for the workshop. Hey, give it up for Kat.
Welcome everybody, all you precious people. I was passing out feathers so that you can be a part of the stage whether you perform or not. This is supposed to signify Quetzalcoatl, his light body, and his feathers, and now you're a part of it. Tomorrow we're having a writing workshop, a creative writing workshop for poetry. If you're interested, if you're having a block recently, or you would just like to get together with other people and speak intimately about the writing process, we're having that here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So you are welcome to join and sign up over there at the desk. And we would love to have you because we're gonna go deep and we're gonna make some moves and get the energy moving in your creative writing process. So welcome and have a good time, everyone. Thank you.
All right, second thing on my to-do list. Yeah, I have my to-do list on my hand. It's a force of habit, but anyway. So the second thing I got, if we could give it up for our wonderful vendor who's here today. Come on down, Ice, to explain what you do. Come on, give it up, y'all.
I'm also very tall like Charlie, but actually I think this works. My name's Ice. My real name's Icel, but I go by Ice, so please call me Ice. But anyway, I'm the creator of Icy Tumblers, and now it's evolved into Icy Tumblers and Creations. All of my creations are custom made. Today I made some stuff just for today's event, so feel free to check it out. If there's something that you're inspired by or that you have in mind for yourself, just fill out an order form and I can make you something just for you. I started out with just glitter. I understand that not everybody likes glitter, so there's a lot of just solid, you can pick out solid colors, whatever designs. There's tons of colors to choose from. And then shirts as well, so, and onesies because some of us have babies. So let me know.
Let me check my to-do list real quick. If I can decipher this chicken scratch, it says, oh, don't forget to vote because it's Super Tuesday next week. That's all I know about Super Tuesday, but yeah, go vote. So just to warm up the stage a little bit before we kick it off with our open mic, I'll go ahead and do a poem of my own. I wouldn't ask any of y'all to do poetry or put yourself up here and be vulnerable if I myself don't do it, because that'd be a crappy MC job. So, let's see. To the folks that love Chipotle, I don't care how good or how affordable it is. You do know you could just get the same exact thing at any legit brown restaurant or even at your local taco truck. But I don't know where those are. Well, that means you need to go out more. Maybe make some friends in the community who can hook you up with that good instead of the trash you call ethnic. If I hear it brought up as a recommendation to go out and get Chipotle, I will personally pay for the medical fees as I slap that nonsense away from my presence. It's more than just helping your local businesses over generic garbage you call Mexican food. If you're so down for la causa, but you're still down to entertain that type of behavior, well, how can I trust you when you would willingly go back to a place that gets more E. coli visits than the times I get my own name misspelled, mispronounced, misappropriated? How can I trust you that you will have my back if your money speaks more volumes than your words? How can I call you familia when you're so down to break bread with that culinary desgracia? To the folks that love Chipotle, honestly, just Dun, 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 dun. Censorship. There we go. Hey! So first up on our open mic list, I memorized the list. So we got our wonderful friend Roland. Give it up for Roland. Come on up. Is it good? Oh, cool.
I like to tease a little. I tell people when I was young and in my prime, I could do it any time. Now that I'm old and gray, 5 times a day. And then my best friend, he gets up in front of all my other friends and he looks me in the eye and he says, "What are you talking about? Taking a nap or going to the bathroom?" Thanks, Jess.
You want to say it again so that the audience and the
Well,
Facebook can hear? It's a good
yeah.
one.
My name is Roland Alaret. My friends call me Pablo Picasso Cruz. I come from Brighton. I graduated 2 years ago from Community College Aurora, Colorado Film School. Writing and directing. And what's happening now is that this is the year for me to go into my business, Bright On Audio Video Media Production and Distribution. Wow! I have a business plan. If I do one thing and it goes viral, and I make $1 on it, there's over 5.5 million people here in Colorado. Wow. But I'm going global. So I'm going to be clicking credit cards 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wow. Sometimes I'm upset. I'm upset because I guess some people talk like fools, act like fools. Maybe sometimes I do too. But this first one that I wrote, "The Fool of Fools." As the leader of the United States of America, an elite prince of darkness has appeared with the problem for all to see the opportunity in history to overcome the dark clouds in the light of day, cast in his own way. With all that back trump on his path, with his play on words, they're stumbling over turds. From Russia to the Ukraine, it's driving many insane. His tit and tat is ruining our natural habitat. Viktor Frankl showed us the way to survival in the revival of understanding, not grandstanding. How? Between the stimulus and response is the freedom of choice, with a loud voice and an opportunity in creativity to overcome his negativity. Every day in every way is a challenge in the dark chaos and disorder to bring all things back to order. In the gift of life with the white dove of truth in a voting booth, pushing and pulling 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. Like an alcoholic is very symbolic of dysfunctional, trying to be functional in the definition of insanity, repeating the same things over and over again and expecting different results. Overcoming addictive behavior can be our savior in the light of day in a big way. So, hey, a new day to stand up and say forward and upward. More like thriving, not conniving. Politicians and lobbyists get rich and bitch that they know the way to sway the ignorant people with promises of words and ink. And all they do is make us stink. The cost of freedom is lost in the cost of inflated goods, leading us to the fiscal cliff woods. If you get the drift, production of our armed services is for the elite in the New World Order. Order to support her. Are we the fool of fools with an ignorant fool? Amen. "2020, historic world vision of the elite party. The American people and the world finally will see the elite in action, revealing their true colors, accepting corruption, their identity for this part of history. On a public stage for a presidential impeachment, each and every senator from every state in the Union will express their functional or dysfunctional points of view as the historic story unfolds exposed. If this is the higher truth of the lower world path, as the USA is going down closer to the ground, it is of profound importance in the social, political, federal, and criminal investigations now visible of President Donald Trump with temporary immunity while he's in office. Now the real meaning in federal and civilian claims for the prosecution of taxes, illegal American and foreign campaign contributions, conspiracy to defraud with money laundering and obstruction of justice. American government special counsel investigation indicted 34 individuals thus far, with 3 Russian businesses and 12 Russian intelligence officers, and 7 associates pleading guilty and 5 sentenced to prison. These problems provide a stimulating opportunity for the proper response in the freedom of choice in everyone's voice to decide in an election year if in this world reality and humility, this is everybody's world, to question why we live or die. Only for food, work, and pleasure? Only searching for a small treasure? If the answer is within all, this is how we stand or fall in the world family of humanity. Not only me, but the answer is we in world survival, or more insanity. Are we all blind to the revealing feelings of all caring to exist or subsist in poverty, war with pain and sorrow, fighting for tomorrow? If we're all equal, why is it that 1.85 billion people are living in extreme poverty and middle-income people going down in the world? What is the answer? Caring and love. Joy is the gift we give ourselves in the common sense to touch, feel, and see, to have or to be with sensitivity so the truth can set us free. This world with no empathy is insanity in reality. This elite authoritarian thinking is corrupting force of greed. And when the elite, or me, think this is only my world. I am the problem, and authoritarian ethics is wrong. One more real fast. You might enjoy this one. On stage, intellectual, intelligent, in person. One fine day, two imaginary characters appeared in the mind of a troubled man. So he wanted and needed to figure out different problems in life. In life, everybody knows that the mind has different ideas, illusionary thoughts for creative adventures, to add or subtract the living life for all, and it begins with the input of the brain-mind intellectual thought. Yet Joseph Chilton Pearce, an American author of books in the human development, has identified how it evolves with the intelligent cells of the heart, and will actually set up a biological and spiritual foundation. This can unfold if nurturing society and parents give the truth knowledge for functional growth. So with this in mind, the characters begin to choose a mind avenue and a heart path for new ideas, to find a thriving voice, to help others find their voice. Your choice. Once upon a time, Whittle and Waddle saw a dynamic change in human society speeding along in the cloudy future. Coughing in darkness, with smoke and fire destroying the elements and the environment, and wondering why. If for every action there is a reaction according to natural law of cause and effect, where does it start and where does it end? This beginning is in truth. So Whittle and Waddle began to be truth seekers, with three more thought seekers. Reason, meaning, and purpose leading the way, in a sense of natural, supernatural law. All life begins at birth and worth in a society of common sense. And the primary caregivers and livers of life in the heart-mind dialogue with the proper nurturing environment. In this open social world environment, Whittle and Waddle began to see and understand sensitivity and insensitivity. This caring with love and not caring, apathy. This social indifference in human life begins with a lack of interest, no concern or sympathy, as an unimportant waste. Whittle and Waddle began to observe mankind from different important points of view. Whittle and Waddle started to ask people what was the biggest motivation in life, and a very important word and understanding was needs. Satisfy basic needs that start out as priorities to basic human survival. Whittle and Waddle, with thought seekers, discovered the first level of self-satisfied needs with the breathing of air, hunger, and thirst for the existing physiological needs. They discovered with reason, meaning, and purpose how danger, unhappiness, and anger in mankind create adrenaline that changes cells with most unfulfilled body needs, mind, and spirit. However, the amazing specialized receptor cells in endorphins can positively reverse the mind, body, and spirit. Whittle and Waddle began to nerve cell rattle, a stimulus and response, electrical and chemical signals, for reason, meaning, and purpose, to have a freedom of choice, thoughts to know and understand how the different choices create feelings that set up different brain, mind, intellectual thought patterns with intelligent heart paths. This created an interplay of genetic nature and nurturing spirits to transcend inherited susceptibilities and thought possibilities of behavior, and a consciousness and an environment to empower us to become the masters of our fate. All do understand that caring comes from intellect and intelligence of the heart and soul. Love to be continued. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Mr. Roland. It's been a minute since I've used a mic on my hand, so it's a little bit awkward having two mics, but anyway. So we got two mics. We got one, we got two. But anyway, before we introduce our next performer, just to kindly remind everyone, we have our wonderful vendor here. They got everything you could imagine under the sun. You can order, you can buy. They got Venmo, they got PayPal. So please don't be a stranger. And please give a round of applause to my homie, Bree Hill, who's coming up next.
There's two mics. I don't know. Does this one work? Yeah. Hello? Ooh. That one's shocked me. I don't like that one. I'm also tall. Hi. My name is Bree. My pronouns are they, them, theirs exclusively. And I have two poems. They're not new. One of them is new. The other one is old. Just because I'm... Do I have to speak into the mic like this? Yeah, I don't know how to... I don't know how to do this. I don't know. Technical problems. Technological problems. Oh. Gotta be smarter than the mic. Let me just tighten this. Does this work? What? It went down. Asking help. It went down. I don't. Oh. I'm just messing things up for myself. Hi. Oh no. I'm gonna hold it so that it doesn't fall. I'm so sorry, Cat. I'm so sorry. All right, cool. I have two poems for you. They're all love poems. I'm sappy as hell right now, but it's going great. So the first one is called Creations. If you were here the last month, you probably heard this. I don't know. The beginning of creations, bodies, black bodies, our bodies begin to relearn how to greet one another. The sounds of lips and hands, the joining of bodies. Somewhere in the room, the lights are on. The temperature feels fine. We've listened to the same loading screen of a movie for 20 minutes and both of us are safe. I know it. Pain, pleasure, and patience are welcomed here. We hold each other's eyes, an interminable beat between each breath, and I realize you have the same color as mine, and I'm wondering if this is what it feels like to fall in love with yourself. I feel the Atlantic when I kiss you. I am reminded of the power that warm soil has when I touch your skin deliberately with feelings. I am convinced you can rearrange ocean tides with your hips, and though I don't know how to swim, I still want to drive the boat. Yes, that is Megan Thee Stallion. When I hold her, I feel like I've inherited the earth. Only something so precious, indestructible, and worthy can be her. Listening for my name and her laughter, her tongue is holy scripture and our mouths become the altar. I've never liked going to church, but she makes me reconsider. I want to be her heathen. She says my name like a sin and I praise hers like a testimony. This is only the beginning of creating, loving, melting, breaking into something made between collisions of roles, the appearance of stretch marks and the existence of care. The culmination of invitations I've been sending since day one. A prayer finally answered, a wish finally made true, a beginning to our creations. Thank you. Thank you. I should have did the first one, the new one first, because now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. Ugh, this one includes singing. I can't sing, but I can sing, but I can't sing. Do y'all get it? Yeah? Okay. All right, cool. I can't. It'll be fine. So this one is called Want Me. It is inspired by Chika's new song, Want Me. You should go on YouTube and listen to it because holy crap, Chika has the voice of an angel and I want to be with her, but she already has a boo, so I wrote this about my boo. There's too many boos out there. So this is called Want Me. I don't know what I might do. Holy shit, I think I like you. This ain't something I can fight through, and I don't want to, 'cause I want you just for me, just for me. I think of you often, the way you take up the room, the way your body and soul resonate in me. There's something powerful about you. I've convinced myself that you aren't real because you smell so sweet and you feel so soft, and the way you taste, let me not get started. I think I'm falling harder than a superhero landing, harder than tectonic plates, harder than subbing your toe on the edge of the couch. See, I think about your couch often and the blessings we shared together on it. But I think more about your couch. I think about the way your mouth curves up in a sly smile when you say something slick, the way you snap your fingers and is received. I think about your waist beads a lot. I think about how your thighs are my favorite place to be. I think about your tattoos and your dreams and how much I feel so safe with you. And of course, I won't tell you this. I'll hide it in the small glances I give you in public. I'll tell you telepathically while you're sleeping. I'll tell you in my laughter because all I know is joy with you. I will admit I'm truly flexing because I have you on my arm. You make me feel like I got wings and we soar higher than Icarus and his secret love for the sun. We go past that. I've told you once and I'll tell you again, baby, you are the last stop before we get to heaven. And if you ever doubt my love for you, I'll prove to you I'm genuine. No matter how many times I'll always tell you. I don't know what I might do. Holy shit, I think I like you. This ain't something I can fight through, and I don't want to, 'cause I want you just for me, just for me. Girl, do you want me? Thank you. I need this to stay. I need this mic to stay up. Is it? Ah, I'm so sorry. It's falling. I'm sorry. That's all I got.
Shocked me. I don't want to mess up the feathers, so I'm gonna use this. But so before we introduce our wonderful features for tonight, does anyone else want to like spit something on the mic? It could be anything, poetry, songs. We don't discriminate. We don't hate. It's an open space. Hey, that rhymed. Hashtag bars. Oh, okay. Okay, we got a volunteer. Come right on up. Which mic you want?
I'll hold it, I think. Yeah. All right. Well, I've never done this before. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. So the first one is pretty short, short and sweet. It's called Burning. Okay. Oh, my name's Anna, by the way. She, her pronouns. Okay. Here we go. While the world burns, our oppressors collect kindle. While the flames ravage the most vulnerable among us, the cops and CEOs make s'mores. While the vast forests, the sacred mountains, the stolen lands turn to ash, our bosses blame the wind. And while the dangerous books are charred to a crisp, we are told not to wonder who lit the match. While the oceans rise and the children cry, and the fire tries to sell us its warmth, what else can we be but revolutionaries? This is really random. I like write sometimes, and then sometimes I just like stop for a few months because I don't know, I can't. So this one's from a long time ago. It's from the 4th of July. Yeah, you'll see. So I guess trigger warning generally just because this country sucks. So here we go. Tell me that your soaring fireworks celebrate the thousands of years of indigenous culture destroyed when your so-called discoverers set foot on these already inhabited lands. Tell me that your red stripes are meant to invoke the bloodstains left by our people across this entire nation, with their broken treaties, their chains, their guns, their money, their laws. Tell me that your crackling sparklers honor the beauty of every drone strike, every bomb dropped on foreign lands, on innocent civilians after you've already made them victims in your little Monopoly game. Tell me that your block party is a celebration of the billionaires who keep pouring dirt into the holes that they forced us to dig for ourselves and then jump into. Tell me that this 4th of July is the day of independence, despite all of the bodies who were not counted as whole, who are still not seen as human. Tell that to the undocumented mother who fears for her family's safety. Tell that to all of the black students who know the ugly truth about your beloved founding fathers. Tell that to anyone who looks or thinks or speaks differently than you, and maybe you will find that burning the flag is more fitting than wearing it on an Old Navy t-shirt.
Give it up one more time for Anna. Woo! But anyway, so our friend, our good elder, our good friend, Mr. Roland, has some more thoughts to share with us tonight. So give it up for him.
Thank you. What's happening is that I'm not a young man anymore. I hate to tell you this. I'm 78 years old, been in construction all my life. At one time I had 20, 30 men working for me. I used to make over $200,000 a year. My wife asked me for a divorce. Why? Figure it out. 1 and 1 is 2. Neglect. When you think that money or big jobs are so important and you don't put the right priorities, there is a problem in the world. And sometimes to figure out everything, it don't come easy, it comes hard. I had a bad accident. I lost my oldest son. It took me 3 years to recuperate with a broken neck. But I don't know if you know how old I am, but I'm 78 years old. So it ain't easy. But I want to give the best as long as I can and go from there. I'm a writer, I'm a spider, and I go from there. BPM, the heartbeat of the world. The BPM beats per minute pulse rate of the human heart requires energy, oxygen, and blood to function critical areas of the cardiac muscle in normal heartbeats. Impulse feelings give sensations with realizations of senses in emotions and foundational areas of brain, mind, intellect, and heart intelligence consciousness. In the book of Evolution's End, chapter 11, Joseph Chilton Pearce shares that the heart is more than a pumping station and how it functions more in the dynamic consciousness with the neural transmitters in the heart to affect key behavior of the brain limbic system. In the National Institute of Mental Health, researchers John and Beatrice Lacey discovered that the heart controls and governs brain actions through hormonal transmitters and possible finer quantum energies of communication. The atrium area of the heart produces a hormone that dramatically affects every major organ of the body and the operations of our limbic system, called ANF. This hormone then impacts and determines the actions of the thalamus and its dynamics with the pituitary gland and the so-called master gland that regulates the endocrine hormones. ANF is involved in the immune system and the body's healing response, and it impacts the hypothalamus and the pineal gland that regulates production and action of melatonin that plays a key role in our emotional states, memory, and learning. A heart cell plays a dual role. It contracts and expands rhythmically to pump blood and communicate with fellow cells, operating in unison in the guidance of a higher, non-localized intelligence. This creative consciousness as itself is our only true biology, the logic of our heart life system, the language of the heart. As a body utility in particle matter form, earthly and Homo sapien movements in action, reaction, balance require a functional, nurturing, caregivers to begin life. Body, mind, neuron fields of intellect impulses help us solve problems with possibilities, yet do not contain information. They translate resonant, turned potential frequencies which are fine-tuned. A lot of people don't realize the neurons in our brain have resonant frequencies going. When a neuron dies, it stops creating resonant frequencies. Every part of the brain interacts with other fields that process new potentials and shift related information with the minimum of modulations and specific mass feedback to integrated whole. You, me, everybody. Repeat the rhythm and rhyme with a heartbeat for a great time. Ego and pride will only subside. Conscious feelings, conscious feelings. Deep within a newborn child springs the sensitive feelings of the passion of an evolving spiritual creation and the compassion of carrying mother's conscious feelings in understanding. As the 9 months of child stimulating development creates the essential physical blood bond, this now challenges the gifted spirit for the amazing transition into a growing intellectual brain mind of a human being. This genetic mother-child bonds with specific DNA to create the magic and the critical consciousness interplay to resonate the physical basics of pleasure and pain with a high emotional pitch into a developing spiritual relationship. Now the new conscious human feelings sense the living life in the spirit from the brain, mind, intellect into the intelligence of the heart. This is a personality and a developing character that will change a family's environment to develop awareness into a profound world conscious feeling with problems, opportunities, and experiences to evolve in time, space, and matter. Salvation does depend on serious morality to actualize mankind for the path of goodness, with a light appearing in the dark mind for an awareness and a proper perception. Salvation is the act of saving, protecting from harm, risk, loss, and destruction from a source cause with the effects, results, and consequences. Universal evolution will appear through the grace of supernatural natural law in the true scientific theory of universal source. We could call source God. All giving and receiving atom energy similar to the yin and the yang. If If there is divine grace, there is also room for divine virtue in mankind. There is a difference in a belief and a knowing in life. And this source of the benevolent universe is in truth and scientific facts and identified in the proactive nature of the supernatural and natural laws of the universe in a constant universal evolutionary growth. If mankind is the highest conscious being in the universe, it evolves through conscious brain, mind, intellect into the intelligence of the sensitive heart with dynamic strengths and ego weaknesses for the spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional living experience of the body, mind, and atom spirit. In conclusion, Joseph Chilton Pierce breaks down how the brain-mind facts of intellect and intelligence of the heart reveals how in the atrium of the heart, neuron energy evolves in the identity and creates the critical hormones for the whole body. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Mr. Roland. Anyone else want to take a stab at the open mic? Oh, we got a volunteer? Do we have a volunteer? Please come on up. Give it up for the individual who volunteered themselves.
I feel so small. My name's Elise. Hello. So I didn't come prepared because I usually make up random things in my head. So yeah. Hey 2020, how's life? Must be pretty bad. Cause last time I checked, the endangered list was about 41,416. How does that happen? And another time I checked, there was a woman put in jail for protecting water. I thought everything was made of water, like soda and other stuff. I mean, milk's good too, but kind of do have to put, you still have to still put water in your system, not really just milk. Because even though it has calories, it still has a lot of sugar if you consider chocolate milk and stuff like that. How's politics? Because I understand nothing of it. Because last time, I actually don't know where to start. Because the president tried to put up a wall. He also tried to do some other stuff that I can't even remember. And all the candidates that are running for president is really weird because they all are old. So, yeah. And I don't even think there's a girl running for president. Mistake me if I'm wrong. So, what else can we talk about? How about all the plastics in the sea? Because there's legit a trash island, which is I don't know, I think it's as big as Colorado now that I think of it. Or was it as big as India? I don't even know anymore, because it's big, but still no one talks about it. Because what about the ecosystem? Because if one thing, like a turtle, so happens to go extinct, which sad for that, because turtles are amazing. What about that? What happens to, does the fish population increase? Or does something else increase? Because if we have an overrun of fish or something else, who would eat them all? Would it be sharks? Would it be other animals? Because are there that many animals to supply? I don't even know anymore. Well, yeah. So, 2020, have a nice year.
Give it up one more time. That was really dope. That was really dope. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone else from the crowd wants to like spit something? Oh, do we have someone? No one? We gonna go with the features then? Okay, allow me to introduce our wonderful features. Give me a sec while I pull up their, I guess, bios. What's up? It's already on my phone. Chill. Anyway, so we got the dynamic duo Mama Ja, who is a local Denver poet, professional dancer, inspiring artivist, entrepreneur, a loving mama, and soon to be a boss businesswoman. Originally born and raised in Denver, Colorado, Ja began her dance training at age 8 and started writing poetry at age 18, being inspired by African American dancers and poets such as Misty Copeland, Pearl Primus. This cable was almost wrapped around my leg. Gregory Hines, Debbie Allen, Rosie Perez, Maya Angelou, Jill Scott, The Last Poets, Hakeem Furious, and Stacy Ann Chin. Okay, cool. Stacy Ann Chin. Jamila inspires to be poetry in motion. She believes everything has a vibration and energy. Ja wants to admit is the principles of hip hop, embracing the emotion that needs to be felt and that God is a black woman. And then our second feature, who's also gonna grace our stage, I think so, correct? Yes. Anyway, so we got Sean Don the Truth, who is a student of the master teaching and facilitator for peaceful resistance of power and violence. Born in Oakland, Sean was guided to Denver as a youth through his mom's journey of love and opportunity. A profound lyricist, poet, and community organizer, Sean challenges the status quo with powerful lyrics that interrogate daily struggles and historical trauma. So please give it up for our duo features. Let's go. Wow. Talk about dramatic. I love it. This is a wonderful crowd. I love it.
I'll use this one.
All right.
Yeah, it's tight. Peace, everyone. Peace. How's it going? Good. How's it going, y'all? How's it going? Okay. Well, yeah, my name is Jamila. My artist name is Mama Ja, and I'm gonna be spitting some hot fire tonight, especially since every month is Black History Month, but today is the last day in the blackest month of history, Black History Month.
So, before Jamila gets started, we have this handy dandy notepad, and it says, "Love is sacred voices." What we would like for everybody in this audience to do is write down what love is to you. You have to use at least 3 words. You can use more than 3 words. But there's a reason why we use 3 words. Does anybody want to take a guess for why 3? It's easy. Statement. Okay, a vowel, a noun. Descriptive, right?
Because love is beautiful.
Yeah,
Keep it simple.
Love is beautiful. But at the end of the day, there's 3 reasons, right? We have the past, the present, and the future. We have ancestors, we have ourselves, and then we have the future generations, like Elise. So, at least 3 words, and I'm going to pass it to, what's your name? Kat. So I'm going to pass it to Kat. Everybody in the room, please write down at least 3 words.
Sweet. Cool. All right. All right, So I haven't read this one in a while, but it speaks to me, and I feel like it's definitely a good poem to open with. So it's called Never. You know, reflection, I promised myself I would never do this again. Cut open my chest on a stage, unlock the cage to my heart, and show to you that I'm a human blooming into a black goddess. I protect my heart and my body to stay modest, keeping the skin on so no one will be cautious of my extraterrestrial rawness. See, I promised myself I would never do this again. To friend foes because I was stuck in my woes, searching for the Lord to hear my cry. I want real extended friends that won't end, will ride or fly because they understand each journey is about learning and not rushing the caterpillar to butterfly experience. Instead of cutting me out, they'll choose to listen. Self, I promise I would never do this again. Let someone explore my love the way my mother did to my father. I remember the first time I saw him slap the passion out of her. I was only 3, barely could read, but still somehow I knew the meaning and understood the feeling of betrayal. This same feeling occurred when the love of my 3-month season vanished without saying a 9-word sentence. I'm sorry, Ja. We both played a part in this. Declined feelings intertwined with loneliness. These masterminds clarified to me I wasn't a queen in the heaven, just a pawn always coming in second. I promised myself I would never do this again. Finding righteousness because I was unafraid to bleed professionally. I released the deadly pain 3 years ago. Cutting my wrists, believing the only way to fly and forget the nightmares was to commit suicide. And I trusted that with my life. Now, 36 months later, it's the shame that leaves me with the question of why? Why would God assign me to be her angel? And I've taken this gift of life for granted so many times. I don't understand. I promised myself I would never do this again, to just feel fine knowing it was a lie, to maintain this insanely hurting smile all while obtaining the tender strength within my wild vulnerability. I promised myself I would never do this again, to let love be my remedy. I promised, I promised, you know, Ja, sometimes promises are meant to be broken, especially if it's keeping you from loving in your moment. This wise woman told me, never say never. Remember, don't let one word become your oppressor. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I got that off my chest, because, yeah, that one's just like a little touchy. But, this next one, I encourage everyone to connect to your breath. And when I say connect to your breath, really inhale like it's your last breath of air, and exhale all of the negativity and all of the things that just weighing us down. Yeah, so connect. This one is called Savasana. Hear the breath of the Most High. Feel the passionate spirit of I and I. Release the holy temple through the skin of the mind. Set divine intentions, eliminating the tension from the body. Find clarity in thinking of nothing. Completely surrender and make space for peace and harmony. This flesh will decay, but the energy of cultivation will live on forever, purposefully. Rest while remaining awake. Don't fear living or death, because it's already been written within our fate. Appreciate this moment, because it will not happen again like this. When life presents a gift in front of you, you don't ask why you got it. Just love it, feel it, breathe it. Send a message to your nervous system that it's safe to relax and just be as you are. Gods and goddesses don't need to put up their hands unless it's for prayer. Feel heavenly, not scared of the ego's intimidated demeanor. Dive deeper into a complete relaxation aura with Mother Earth and I becoming one. Scan your body through the breath of sun-kissed melanin. Utilize the third eye to speak silently to our ancestors, feeling spirit underneath your shoulder blades. Wings extended, connected, one presence. Understanding death is inevitable. Overstand with this practice. The way one dies shouldn't be dehumanized, colonized, compromised, or desensitized. Recognize it's the Most High that makes the call. I picks up and answers by mastering Savasana. Savasana, final form. Savasana, death pose. Savasana, we've all been chosen to experience this Savasana, nirvana. Come as you are. Maintain this corpse, mind, body, and spirit to remain living in this realm with no fear, doubt, or disbelief. Everything returns. Open your eyes to peace. Thank you. Yeah, so before I got pregnant, I was doing a lot of yoga and just meditating, and I'm slowly but surely getting back into it. But yeah, that's what that one was about. It's about Savasana, and that term means the final pose that you're in, and it's just like a complete relaxation pose. So yeah. But this next one I really love because, you know, it's just about being Black and proud and saying it loud. So, yeah, this one is Black is Beautiful. They never told us that Black is beautiful. They never told us. They never told us that Black is beautiful. Matter of fact, they haven't told me a lot of things about being Black, like why my complexion is the rarest thing in creation, or why it's the most dangerous to these Caucasians. I find myself contemplating these questions daily, mainly during the month of February. Like, why are we obligated to learn about our history within the shortest month of the year? It's no mystery, it's simple blasphemy, and it doesn't surprise me that Black inventors such as Lewis Latimer, who invented a long-lasting light bulb, was burnt out of recognition, or Garrett Morgan, Black inventor who had added a yield component to the traffic signal, is a hit and run within our Black youth's knowledge, or Shirley Chisholm, the first Black congresswoman in 1968 who broke major barriers, isn't something I learned in my history class. Us black gods and goddesses completely forgotten, but apparently it's important for us to know George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant, and can't forget about Benjamin Franklin. To me, those are just men who appear deadly green, and I keep working and working in the land they call the free, all while still chasing a dream, trying to understand what it truly means to be black, living in America. Does it mean putting up our hands and still getting shot because law enforcement is scared of us, or fitting the black stereotype because society deems it as right, or surviving and not truly living? Nah. It can't be. Let's break it down. The African American dream. Recently, I took a journey to Ethiopia, and it opened my eyes up to the original. A place that is a beacon for freedom in Africa. A place that felt like home, even though it was my first time being there. Me and my baby felt connected to Mother Nature. A green that is my favorite color because it reminds me of life. And when I think of Africa, the first word that comes to mind is freedom. America. The only thing that comes to mind is survival of the fittest, opportunity. Dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will live out of its true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All humans were created equal. The African American dream means stolen from freedom to work for an opportunity to claim that freedom again. We cannot forget who we are or where we come from. The black man, woman, and child are the original people chosen. Technically, we all come from Africa, so that makes us a family. If we can look past the skin and see our spirituality, see our ancestors resting in peace, feel our connection with each heartbeat. Understand my tribe, every month is Black History Month. Let us stand up all right now with our fist in the air and say, Black Lives Matter. Say Black Lives Matter. Say Black Lives Matter. We can't go back or predict the future, but what we can do is live in the present moment and know Black is beautiful. Thank you. Sweet. So this is my last one. And if we have more time, I could totally read some more, because you know me, I got more. But yeah, so I'm just gonna plug this up if I can figure it out. I am definitely like lost. Oh, it's over here. Technical difficulties. Oh, maybe it's this one. Okay, found it. Right on. Cool. Sweet. So this one is called What Does It Truly Mean to Be Free? Master Clark, what does it truly mean to be free? It means to have that ultimate feeling of peace. When I can look deep into my own eyes and trust within self that the wings on my mind, body, and spirit
will allow I to mentally, physically, and spiritually fly without the chains of slavery.
Mama, what does it truly mean to be free?
It means to just be me all the time, without depleting my inner G. This Phoenix Rising will consistently be energized because others aren't trying to steal my frequency, where there's no dependency on working a 9-to-5 job to find clarity in the pursuit of happiness.
Wrongfully incarcerated brother, what does it truly mean to be free?
We supposedly live in the land of the free. But if it was free, why would I need to pursue something that the Most High already gifted me with? Freedom is life, and I'm just thankful to live in this present moment, to just be alive.
Sankofa, what does it truly mean to be free?
Not regretting in the past or living in the future. Taking in each breath of life and appreciating what's been given, like love. Meaningful romance with no judgment near because we've all accepted who we are and where we come from. Go back and fetch what's been forgotten. Freedom isn't something that can just magically happen, Ja. It takes work. It takes dedication. It takes I and I really looking at self and unifying the revelations in your own inward journey. Connected hearing. Empathetic learning.
God, what does it truly mean to be free?
You really want to know?
Yes!
It means
Thank you. All right, so up next is an incredible person. I've learned so much from him, and yeah, we made a baby together, and we're growing, and he's growing, and it's really dope to see and experience that. Please give it up for Sean Don the Truth, y'all.
I'm allergic to feathers, so I'm going to take this one. Before I do anything or say anything, can we do some gratitude by a series of claps? So the way this works is that I'm just going to say a name, and you're going to give one hand clap per name. Make sense? Cool. Nadia. Jesse. Ann. Elise. Roland. Kat. What's our host name? Charlie. And for this last one, let's just give ourselves a round of applause for being here tonight. Yeah, because it's like you could be anywhere in the world right now, but everybody in this room made a choice to be here, and that means a lot to me. So I just put out this song called You're Worth It, and it's basically 3 stories regarding black girls that I've interacted with at some point in my life. And I think this is extremely important for us to be aware of, that so many of our black girls, so many of our black women are treated in ways that I just cannot fathom. I don't really care to know all the violence and all the harm, because I feel like if I knew what happened to every single black woman or black girl, I'd probably lose my shit. But I made this song to honor the black experience. So, we're going to start off with that one. Is that cool with y'all? Yeah. Nice. Let's get it going.
30 minutes that'll make somebody think, you know what I'm saying? Because I never had that. I didn't have this, you know. And
Shout out to Shauna Broussard.
I don't know. I think like you're really dope.
Shout out to Brittany Jane singing this hook. Don't suffer in silence, cause you don't know your worth. Baby, you're worth it, you're worth it. Baby, you're worth it, you're worth it. Yeah. Monday after Sunday, we missing young Lex. Running in the world, unforgiving prospect. Remember when you wrote pain on a note for class? Told me about your braces and boys smacking you. Violence in your mind, oppressing divine power. Queens lead the people and people can be a coward. Life gives you lemons, lemon head, feel sour. Stay sweet, compete for the better and never sleep. Streets feast, we sprout through concrete. Cipher in a circle and rhyme on that beat. Defeat among the lessons, confessions is just a message. Out of testimony, testing phonies, baloney, alone. When a child won't smile, gotta figure out. There you go, you can clap.
Don't suffer in silence, cause you don't know your worth.
Baby, you're worth it. Y'all don't want me to start singing it. Child won't smile. Baby, you're worth it. You're worth it. Woke up to the 5-0 at the door. Interrogated Shauna when her mama wasn't home. Feds had to lie, had to make a fizz. Didn't care about justice for these black and brown kids. Put a bill hella high, 200 thou out. That's why she in the dog pound. I'm talking now. Mama wearing homeless, paying lawyers for that pow. She likes some Toya Brown. Wouldn't do the pre-trial. Pre-trial from home, hashtag on a shirt. Let them know they can't forget what the black body's worth. We the dirt in the earth, let it be known. Black is beautiful, let's bring our people home. Yes, sir.
When a child won't smile, gotta figure out what's
We at the hook, gotta clap.
Don't suffer in silence, cause you don't know your worth. Baby, you're worth it, you're worth it. Baby, you're worth it, you're worth it.
This is for my mother. We had to love each other through the thick and the thin. We found a way to win. At 14, she had a black boy. Next year came full. Can't imagine what you went through. Had to give him up. Come on. Grandma stressed out, happy not around. Taking night school classes in the town. Riding around the scrapers, making paper, chasing dreams of degrees. Gave it up for me. That's love for a scene. I went to college. I got the knowledge that our people really need. I ain't gonna let you down. Brenda had a baby, but look at us now. Yeah. So before I do this next song called Show Me Love, I need everybody who's way in the back to move at least 2 seats forward. Yeah. I'm that type of guy. I am that guy. I will move. In fact, I believe this is yours. I will move the jacket because I want people to be with me. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever tried to save the world by yourself? Has anybody ever tried to do that or felt like you had the world on your shoulders? Yeah. It feels so isolating when you try to do it by yourself. So that's why I made that request that we get closer because, like Elise was saying, there's whales dying. Exactly. Thank you, love. Thank you. Love gets it. He's an animal. He's like, holy shit, man. Like, my relatives, the whales, are eating your plastic Safeway bag. Ow. It's okay. I'm going to come back as a human, right? So, that being said, the way this song works is when I say, rolling in my city, bruh, y'all say, show me love. Rolling in my city, bruh. Show me love. Rolling in my city, man. Show me love. So there's a little bit of a pause. Rolling in my city, bruh. Show me love. There we go. One more time. Rolling in my city, man. Show me love. Okay. Y'all ready? I mean, I don't know. It sounds like we ain't ready. It's all quiet. I hear loves chirping and shit. Like, come on now, we ready? Okay, all right, cool. Let's play Show Me Love.
The power structure had successly created the image
Shout out
of
to
the American
Malcolm X.
Negro
He
as
was
someone
killed
with
February
no confidence,
21st,
no
1965.
militancy. And they had done this
They
by
always
giving
try
him
to kill us
images
for whatever reason.
of
I don't know
heroes
why.
that weren't truly militant or confident.
Woke up kinda early trying to bust a move. Life's a mystery, I'm playing Scooby-Doo. Nonchalant, be my attitude. Shout out to D&D, bruh, he made the tunes. Mile high motivated, all I hear is fuck you pay me. Gentrify everything, homeless folks make it rain. Trying to village keep them out. What the hell we talking about? This ain't Trump.
This ain't Trump.
Women march for what? I'm just asking questions. Trying to get some answers cause I feel a lot of cancer in my city. In my city. 303, let's make a change. 303, let's change the game. Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, man.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Mile high.
Show me love.
Sacred voices.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, man.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Mile high.
Show me love.
Sacred voices.
Show me love.
Stranger to my nation, fueled by segregation, population etiquette. Teach me how to get a check that. When Raheem meets the fish, we piss. Cause he don't get his, nope. He got his kid, he's alive, you know. We don't cry, you know. Rest in peace, Mike Mack. Dark skin, light skin, shade war, no wins. Fighting for trends, obsolete. Want the bins and hourly. Worth the salary, names for numbers, slaves and slumbers. Eat the dumbest, it's irrelevant. Take a seat, I lost my job, and a mob telling me my cause is coon. The cause be doomed. Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, man.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love. Show me love. Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love. Rolling in my city, man. Show me love.
Man, rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love. Show me love. Show me love.
Notice then got them the ego is real. Always got money but never can build. Seem kinda silly, you wanna be famous. Shooting me down, killing me now. What are we now? Follow the sound, you're touching me now. Zombies walk the earth slow. Eat me, you never grow. Eat me, you better know. We'll do it big on live shows. Chase dreams, lead my squad to new heights. Blowing up like dynamite. Proud surf, that sound right. All night with one mic. I'm Bruce Wayne, you jokers.
Yeah.
I'm Bruce Wayne, you jokers.
Okay.
Cat calls them sound right. Everybody looking at me so tight. Sacred voices make some noise. Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, man.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Mile high.
Show me love.
Sacred voices.
Show me love.
Woo! Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, man.
Show me love.
Rolling in my city, bruh.
Show me love.
Mile high.
Show me love.
Sacred voices.
Show me love.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. And on one hand, I can be very like in your face, so I apologize if it's not your forte. And one thing that I will mention is that when my uncle was killed 2 years ago in Rancho Cordova, California, everybody was talking about how great he was as a person. And it's like, for me, I chose to do something different. I was like, No, somebody killed my relative. And I think somebody should say that. Because it's so easy for us to take for granted life. It's very easy to take for granted the fact that we really could be anywhere else in the world, including the ground. We could be the wind, we could be an animal, we could be anything. So, to honor that experience, I want to tell you guys a brief story about how me and Jamila kind of created a baby, right? Because that's the flip side of death, right? We got life, the making of life. And if you've ever made life, you know that's fun. But it also requires a lot of responsibility. So we took this random trip to Oakland, California, because that's where I was born. What? Why are you snapping? You got that. See, most people, like, depending on who you are, what generation you are, that'll fly over your head. But yeah, Brenda's got a baby, right? Just imagine if Tupac was able to live beyond 25. Like, imagine the type of music he could have put out. And that being said, we don't have Tupac. We do have Mama Jah and Shonda Truth, though. So that's probably, like, even better because there's two of us. It's a man and a woman. And then Oya Irie's going to be next. So you already know. We got Elise in the building. So you already know. We got Ann in the building. Like, we're good. We're good. But this next song is called Goddess. And what I'm going to require from everybody in here is for you to get so amped because we are addressing women. Who in here is a woman? Make some noise. I'm like, I can do better than that, and I'm one man. Right? That's what Trump does every day, right? You know, he's like, I will talk over everybody. I'm grabbing people in inappropriate places. Like, I want to do the opposite. I want to make sure that we return the power to the woman because I feel like without any woman carrying a seed, us men will not be here. So it's very simple that we must honor goddesses. So every woman in here know for at least tonight in this moment, you are a goddess. And hopefully by the end of tonight, you will walk out of this place realizing every goddess needs to do goddess shit, not bullshit. So this song is dedicated to the goddess mind state. Let's go. That was my laugh.
We're Dark Cherry. Don't hate, because the realness is real.
I like that. She said we Dark Cherry, Dark Cherry.
And if you like to dance, please dance.
Dark Cherry, Dark Cherry, Dark Cherry, Dark Cherry.
Educated, modest, melanated prophets. Work hard, put cash in everybody's wallet. Sell snacks just to get by. Got packs, spit facts through your third eye. Yeah. Push through your stress, yes, from the west. Next test, be the best in your green dress. Black star, brown skin, that's most death. Black star, brown skin, yo, that's most death. I'ma take you on a date, welcome to the bay. Let's splash in the water, call me Clay. Just wait till we ball every single day. Stand tall, never fall, yo, it's always gone. Chocolate melanin, fly as can be. You and me can plant a seed and then we'll grow a tree. You a goddess.
I'm a goddess.
Prepare to the seed. Yo, chocolate melanin. Fly as can be. You and me can plant a seed and then we'll grow a tree. You a goddess. You sure are.
I'm a goddess.
Yes, you are. I'ma put you on game, love. Gotta dance, hit your blessing, do your thing, love. Shake that push back, your pain, love. It's okay to say,
I don't wanna date a scrub.
Trust, love, communication. Yeah, it's time to heal you with some motivation. Cause you a goddess. Goddess, make some noise.
I'm a goddess.
Let's ride through the night in my Death Star, Tesla, betcha. Never saw my humble coming. We was running to the finish line. They was bumping, looking at me funny cause a king not frontin'. Queens, you got me hooked on phonics, the bonics rocking the night. Bodies moving the kites cause you a goddess.
I'm a goddess. You're a goddess.
Queens in the scene make real moves.
Real moves.
Brother if he ain't cool. Mama raised a man, I ain't a fool. Yeah, my mama raised a man.
He ain't a fool.
Nah. Time's passing, still waiting for ya. Smile keeps me attached, fly sticky paper. Same thought go through my mind all the time. Is she thinking about me? Cause I be thinking about you. Try to tell myself to move on, feelings don't exist. Unicorn, imaginary figure that seems real. Effect of the red pill.
The red pill?
Yo, chocolate melanin, fly as can be. You and me can plant a seed and then we'll grow a tree. Cause you a goddess. Goddesses make some noise.
And you a goddess?
Yo, chocolate melanin, fly as can be. You and me can plant a seed and then we'll grow a tree. You a goddess. Make some noise, goddesses.
I'm a goddess.
Chocolate melanin.
Fly as can be.
Yo, chocolate melanin.
Fly as can be.
Yo, chocolate melanin.
Fly as can be.
Yo, chocolate melanin.
Fly as can be.
I'm right here.
Yes. I'm a goddess.
Yes. I'm a goddess.
We dark cherry.
We dark cherry. We dark cherry. We dark cherry.
So I think it's always important, man. Like, we got a little bit of goddess energy. And what's really important, yeah, I appreciate that. It's like I consider if y'all don't give me a round of applause, you're actually not giving yourselves a round of applause. So it's all good. It's all good. But if you do give me a round of applause, we're actually congratulating everybody who's here. So, one thing that's taken me at least 2,600 years to figure out. I'm 2,600 years old, believe it or not. Whatever happened so many years ago made us think that like men are not able to have emotions. So, I'm just curious, I'm gonna ask you guys this question. Why are men stigmatized for not being able to cry? What do you guys think? Right. That's completely right. You know, like we've taught ourselves that we are like providers, whatever that means, right? But when we are always providing and not acknowledging like what Jamila's doing right here is definitely providing. It's providing her first formative years of life, of love, compassion. Like when she's crying, like I just kind of let her cry sometimes. I'll be like, hey, dude, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like, you know, call me in 10 minutes and then we'll figure it out together. But, you know, that's why she's the goddess and I'm just like Sean Don. You know, she doesn't even get to call me daddy. She calls me Sean Don too. Like, yeah. But this next song is dedicated to all of us as men who choose to be there for our families. Are there any fathers in here? Yeah, make some noise for the fathers. Because Lord knows it ain't easy. It's not easy balancing the work life, the family life, the love life. So this song is basically me sharing my heart with all of you. So I just ask that you know it took a lot for me to figure out. And that's why he's making noise, because he knows. That's what my heart sounds like. That's what my heart sounds like, yo. I'm like, why do they ban pit bulls? They're not bad. Oh. Yeah, let's play heart, Jesse. Shout out to Ariel. This is Jamila's sister. Shout out to Mike Coates. He made the beat. just got a raise, I'm still about to quit. So I love to this job, but I'm on some other shit. Always got a chip, even when nobody chips in. Yesterday I pawned my Mac, trying to fund my vision. Trying to cut tradition since my daughter was born. First father that stays, a father who mourns. Baby girls, baby boys, fathers are torn. The system kills our confidence. We addicted to porn. On book of faces we vent. We miss our eye to eye. Texture pride, we hurting inside. As men we divide. I'ma have to spell it out one day at a time. Acknowledge yourself, or a kid's gonna
My
cry.
heart on my sleeve,
Or a kid's gonna
where
cry.
you can see every scar there'll ever be.
Yeah, I came up on my bass shit. Snoop Dogg, 40 Water, yeah, one of these bitches they talking about could have been my daughter. Had to be a father, had to kill this inner nigga. Cause that negus is free. Saw King with my mom, he listened to me. He gave me critiques on every rhyme, now I'm a beast. Enduring every fall, every step on my path, I remade the math. And then I emptied the glass, it's half full. See the bigger picture and why I had to tackle all the trauma. It's a blessing disguised, believe it or not, there's a plot to this madness. I'm afraid of telling my kids I didn't give it all I had. I'm a dad. Shout out to the fathers. Make some noise.
Every scar.
It's hard work, man. They tell us we're supposed to act a certain way. We're not supposed to cry. We're not supposed to have emotions or love our women. I don't believe in that. Saw Coco at the Improv. She talked about her son and the fears that she had if he ever thought to run. I empathize with that queen. Me and my bro went to jail, had to learn through failures. I barely made my bail. Grandma had the money, she paid it on her born day. I didn't want that call. To hear my mom's voice, it's a choice to deal with pain. It's a choice to let things go. I made a lot of mistakes, I'm really here to grow. I know right from wrong, and that's what matters the most. Step up or step down, if you're great, you'll feel proud. Just gotta be yourself. No matter the trials I pace myself to win the race. My grace grows my faith, I ain't alone. Has anybody ever felt alone in
Where
here?
you could see
That's a terrible feeling, man. It's a terrible feeling. I just want everybody in this room to know you have an energy. Y'all know, like energy, like with the E. There's also an energy, I-N-N-E-R-G. We all have energy. It's inner power. So I just want you guys to know we are gonna do what Elise said, right? We're gonna change the world. Yeah. One time for changing the world. I didn't say save some ducks. I said we gonna change the world. There we go. So I had a notepad somewhere. Does anybody know where the notepad? The seats. Can somebody help me with the notepad of pads? Because we all made, well, let me ask this. How many people by a show of hands are a poet? Why isn't everybody's hand raised right now? You're all poets. Who knows what a poet is? It's you. Anybody who has a story is a poet. Did you know that? Nobody knew that? That's crazy. That is crazy. So I'm going to read this poem that we all made tonight. It's called Love Is. And here we go. You are going to go. Oh. Does anybody want to hold our daughter? Cat doing the community service. This is community service right here. Yeah. The world is community. Thank you. Most people don't have that wisdom, but I see you have lived for that experience. So, hey. There you go. Good boy. maybe. I'll come over here. We'll read it, and Jamila's gonna do her thing. Love is sacred voices. Love is the way my body's internal supernatural function keeps me thriving. Love is the willingness to sacrifice for those around you. Love is the choice to see each other's pain, set boundaries, communicate, and when it's hard, try again tomorrow. Love is hope. Hope is peace. And peace is love. Love is the blood my mama shed for me. Love is being brown in every space I'm in. Love is acceptance. Love is wanting to be in arms that want to be around you. Love is filling empty stomachs with healthy food. Love is a cornfield, toes sunk in earth, tassels touching my skin, and the whips all around me, or the whispers all around me. Love is the source of universe. It's truth and love, only now in power of now. That's what love is. Can you guys give yourselves a round of applause? Because we did that. Not they, or not them, not y'all, us. Thank you guys for having us tonight.
Thank you.
Give it up one more time for our wonderful features. Whew, Jesus, this stage. Whew. Magic happened here. Magic happened here. That's all I gotta say. Just to close out the night, if you have seen this lovely, lovely popcorn bin, and if you have donated already, you don't need to donate again, but if you feel willing so to donate again, then by all means, this little bin will be up here. But before we close out, if you liked anyone who performed tonight, please go ahead and talk to them, get their social media infos, like connect, make sure you Venmo them, do whatever you feel is necessary to connect, because this is our community. So thank y'all for coming out tonight.